Hey everyone, welcome back to Automate with Amit. So in the series of covering AI tools in automation testing and software testing, this is the series where I am covering one of the market leading AI tool, which is Testim.io. So if you haven't watched my previous video where I had covered the overview of Testim and how you can create your first automation test case, then you can watch that video as well, as this video is going to be continuation of the previous one. So make sure to watch that video as well. Okay, so let's start on the screen. Okay, so right now, if you see, I am on the dashboard of testim.io. And if I just go in here in the editor section, then I will be seeing some of the recorded steps for any particular test case. So if I have to run this particular test, I have multiple ways to run it. One way is to click over here, run in test incognito mode. So you can just click in here and you will be seeing multiple options through which you can run this test case. So if you just click in here, then it is going to run in cognito mode. Okay, so I'm just clicking on that. And if you see, this has started and it launched OpenHRM. And in here, it has entered admin and clicked on login, and it is going to click on PIM, and eventually it will create the first name, last name, and it will click on save, right? And successfully it has saved and logged out. So this is one use case which I had created over here. So now if we wanted to parameterize this first name and last name over here, so for that you just have to click anywhere outside this steps, and if you come down in here, you will see this test data section over here at the right side bottom. And if you just click on test data, you will see this return section over here. Right now it is written something like this here, but in your case, it may not be having any data written over here. So what you can do, it accepts the data in the form of JSON. Okay, so right now, if you see this first name and last name, and first name, I had parameterized it as admin 002 underscore first name, last name. And like that, you can give multiple data in here, right? So in here, you can give multiple data and it is going to use that way. So I just came here since I made the changes. So I need to click on save and click on save again. And next step will be once you had entered test data in here, you need to use those created first name and last name. Like this is the variable name. First name and last name is the variable name, and these all are the values. So these values you need to use in the test cases, like steps. So for that purpose, if you see, if I just click in here and I click on this settings button, then it is going to open the property of this particular step. And this particular step is what? It is a text. Basically, we are setting the text over here. So this is to set the first name. So if you see, this description says set first name and text to assign. In this particular section, you need to put the variable which you wanted to assign in this place. So since this particular property is for first name, so I just wanted to use first name in here, first name variable. Okay, similarly for last name again. So if you just again click in on that particular step and click on settings, then it is going to open the property for that particular step, and you can have this last name here over here. And from this, you can have the have your steps parameterized. So this is simple scenario in which you can parameterize your test cases. So now if I just go on testing documentation, and here if I see, here it has other ways through which we can parameterize the test case. So here under this parameters, we can see step properties, panel parameters, group parameters. So there are different types of parameters mentioned over here through which you can parameterize your test. Okay, so here if you see, this is the first parameters which you can provide in the steps property. So in here, if you see, this is the step. Okay, and in step, basically you can use these step panel properties to generate any custom code. So let's suppose you want to generate some custom employee name. So for that purpose, you can just hover upon this plus sign and click on Testim predefined steps and go under set actions and click add custom actions. Okay, so in here you can just define generate, let's suppose generate employee name. Okay, so I just gave this and clicked on the step. So as soon as you click on create step, you see this has generated one custom code over here, which is written in JavaScript. Okay, so in this function, you can use this particular function to create any custom code. So here I have created it for generating employee name, basically unique employee name. So I can use this. So I just clicking on save and save. And now if I come back, you see this is here, right? So now if I just click on this settings button, so here it opens the properties section. So over here, if you see, this has params. Okay, so in case you have created this particular method and you wanted to pass some parameters, you can pass from here. So you need to click on this plus sign, and from here you see JS and HTML. So you can pass any JS or HTML related to the properties. So here I am just using HTML. As soon as you click on HTML, it redirects to your recording window. So over here, what you can do, you can select any HTML tag, any HTML property, like any HTML element, and on that you can perform any particular action. So for example, if I just click on this login, I clicked on that login, and you see it has generated the HTML element, right? So it has created this HTML element, and now I can use this HTML element to do some action on it. Okay, so now just let's go inside this. So I am double clicking on this, and as soon as I click on OK, you see it has generated one param, right? Okay, I can use this element click. So I can write this element dot click, and in this way it is going to click on the particular element. So, okay, so this was one way to add parameters using steps. So next is group parameters basically, and you can assign parameters to the group also. So we will look into this group parameters in further videos, because I'm not going to go inside deep of any particular sections. Right now, let's see what all are the things which are of our use. This I just showcased the how you can use JSON parameters, file parameters to generate the values. So in here you can use JSON format parameters to pass in the step. Okay, so for that, again, I had shown that the similar way, last name and first name, that way. Next, if you come configuration file parameters, you can use configuration files also to generate the parameters. Next is hidden parameters. So what all are the hidden parameters? Sometimes you don't want to expose all the values of parameters, so that's where hidden parameters feature comes handy, and you can protect your sensitive values in here, and it is going to make the parameters hidden. Okay, next is passing parameters from an Excel file. So in here, you can also pass parameters using Excel file, and you can upload any Excel or CSV file using Testim Visual Editor, and you can have the values uploaded, and you can use that for data-driven testing in here. So these are some of the ways through which you can pass parameters in the Testim, and you can parameterize your test case and pass more and more values using parameters from different sources like Excel file, configuration file, and other types of files. So if you wanted to use parameterization in Testim, you can use these different ways. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful, and if you find this information helpful, please like the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you are liking this video series, please do comment in the comment box. That is going to give me feedback. And if you have any further suggestions, please comment in the comment box and I am going to bring more videos on that topic. I hope this whole effort was helpful to you. Amit Tripathi signing off.